Alrighty. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying something out. Google Tasks. I put these eye drops in my eyes. Cedric, Spam, Leo, Code, Bit Dev. Good evening. Music is too loud. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Let's put it down. What the fuck happened here? Okay, never mind. No, I'm just researching some stuff. So just some Chrome extension. Don't worry. Let's see. What is this? It's notification. Okay. Well, good evening, friends. Good evening. Cool. Yeah. So, what is to say? How you guys doing? Happy week. Happy new week. Been to work today myself. Been with my wife and kid. My kid is now sleeping, and yeah, that pretty much sums it up. What about you guys? How you doing? Rebecca, friend. Good evening. LSD. Okay, let's kind of write some code and then have some discussions. I hope. I need to just double check where I was. Rebecca, I completely get it. I know it's Monday as well. Thank you very much already by coming here. I appreciate that very much, Rebecca. I also wasn't sure up until last minute if I'm gonna stream, because yeah, you never know. It depends also on my wife. She's studying something herself now, so yeah. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna waste some time streaming. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, so let's start by coding, and then we're gonna have some discussions and answer some questions. So yeah, so this I want to just round up very quickly. I hope. I don't think there's much left in this view for now. I kind of did some stuff off stream. I don't know when. I think when I ended the last. When did I stream last time? Yesterday, maybe. Yeah, right. Yeah. I guess we also don't need these parses anymore. Ah, we do actually. Never mind. Never mind. And give me 1 second. I just wanna. Why do I have this? Where do I compose this sort of stuff? I don't actually know, but we'll see. Okay. And let me just do one thing very quickly. I mean, I honestly, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with Windows. That's my take, personally. I haven't actually taken a look at mobile view of this thing. So what does it yield? Undefined. I see. I see. Lecture. Item. Okay, let's get the item here. What do we get out of this item now? We get 9. I see. I see. Just bear with me for a moment here. I want to do something. All right, I see. That's cool. Okay. Well, that's a little bit weird as well, but that's what it is. Okay. Oops, that's not really what I wanted to do. This is, I guess, what I want, and this, right? Yeah. So that should be working, right? Yeah. Lecture 1 of section 2. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm just gonna quickly go through this. Where's this iPhone Pro? Yeah, exactly. So just go do this and interesting. Okay. What did I want to do? Oh yeah, so let's just do a little bit of, so we have black hidden MB4 PX4, I guess, right? But not there. So I guess here we can say, hey, does this fluid layout take any class or something? Not really, right? Okay. So let's change that. Let's say here class name string, and then let's smack this fellow over here. Class names, class name, right? Cool. Let's pass it over here. And yeah, let's get over here and say class name P4 MD P0, right? And for some reason I made this thing fixed. That's definitely not what I want to do, I guess, right? So let's just clean up a lot of this crap here. I assume we also don't need this. Actually, we do. And let's see what happened here. I see. So we have basically we have my6 over here, right? So I'm gonna do actually here, I'm gonna say I guess, can I do SM and Y0? Yeah, but then this is gonna apply to actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna just nuke this from the I'm gonna nuke this from the layout itself. Or layout shouldn't really impose these margins anyway. So that's cool, right? Almost. So let's see. So on mobile, should now be able to. Let's actually go ahead to just to the dashboard very quickly, and let's just do this. So because these names, lion, let's call these lion is cool. Wolf is a banana. And yeah, I can see that's not being updated. And then here we're gonna say cool is hey man banana, what's up dude sky. So we do that, we go back here, we go here now, go over here. What was it? My first course section. This wolf is banana, cool is hey man banana, what's up dude sky. Okay, and then we get over here, lion is cool, wolf is a banana. Okay, cool. That's not too terrible, right? Okay, that's great. Okay, I see. All right, so that's great. So the only thing that I think we should smack here somewhere, I guess, is also the name of the course. I can see that we don't really have that, right? So maybe we should have some sort of a way to go back, because I can see that we're, yeah. So where is this course thing? What do we have? We have can comment course. Let's see, like, so we get the course over here. Let's see what details do we actually have. Let's move this bad boy down here. So we have this. We have the actual title, right? So that's great. So let's try to connect this a little bit better, right? Let's take a look. Let's take a shit. That's not what I wanted. Leo, give me like 2 minutes and then we get into a first discussion tonight. I'm just gonna go use my favorite tool on this planet. Draw.io. Okay, so this is the lecture, right? So now you're seeing the lectures and sections, but you don't really know what course you're on, right? I wonder now if we would do something like this, right? No, not really there. Maybe over here somewhere, right? And nah, not really, right? Maybe even out somewhere here. Where should we showcase the course that you're in right now? So how do we do this layout, right? So what do you guys think? Where should we show the title of the course? Because right now you are inside of the course. You clicked there, right? How does Udemy do it, or some of these platforms? Let me go to some of my Udemy courses, my learning. Let's go to my saxophone course. The complete beginner saxophone course. It's here. Then they have this. Interesting, yeah, but they only have a video there, right? So do we need it? Yeah. Any suggestions? Any ideas? Like, where should we? Somewhere, I guess here we need to show what course you're in, basically, right? There was this platform Egghead. I don't know if this still exists. I mean, you can have 20 sections. What do you mean, why? You can have you know what a section is? It categorizes, right? I'm not sure what do you mean. This is a lesson here. These are sections and lessons. When you click on a lesson, it changes the content here, right? Let's see how these guys do it. Yeah, but this is vastly different. This is vastly different. So if I click on single one, yeah, it's still just videos, right? So that's the problem. I mean, we're gonna have videos as well. Actually, let's go to my YouTube, and I mean, video, you can have a video, but not necessarily, it doesn't have to be there, right? So video might or might not be there. So not everybody is gonna record videos, right? Not everybody is gonna you get what I mean? Like, but we cannot force people to. I mean, recording videos, not many people do that, right? So a course basically is just a group of articles, right? That fundamentally represent something, right? So yeah, for sure. Lion is cool. Okay, so is this where I added it? Wait, if I just go, is it the first course? Oh wow, it wasn't saved. Was it not? Wait, let's see what happens. Network update 8 video URL. Yeah, so it definitely is there. Course sections, section 1. Wolf is banana. Yeah, video URL is there. Okay. Wolf is banana. Wolf is a banana. Lion is cool. Okay. So, okay, let's fix it. This is great. That's awesome, right? So let's kind of seek for these things. Let's get over here. Let's see why we're not actually setting that video URL value. So let's see when we get to this form over here. Video URL. Lecture, okay? Okay, so let's print the lecture here. And I'm going to get to your question soon, Leo. I promise. Video URL is here, right? Yeah, we'll need to fix that warning, but either way. So let's refresh this. So URL is here, I guess. Lion is cool. Yeah, okay. Yeah. What the heck, man? Is YouTube URL true? I wonder if this validation is failing, but it shouldn't be. Let me just temporarily remove this validator from my form, from one of these fields now. So it's not that for sure. Okay, good to know. So why is it not? So let's take a look at, so this is if there's no lecture, get initial state. Let's actually not do this. This is unnecessary completely. No need to do that. Call. So we do this. It's like shit tons of re-renders there. Video URL is there. I'm gonna just get rid of this just so we can see what's happening in there. So I click this fella here. Yeah, so video URL is definitely there. Okay. Form dot, oh shit, maybe that's the problem. Maybe this set doesn't do crap. No, but it should be doing it. Maybe my set is only setting a single value. Wait, what if I nuke this? Maybe. Okay, give me a moment. Lecture video URL. Let's nuke this. No, okay. This is so weird, man. The only thing I can assume is that this validation library I wrote, that it's bugging out or something. Let's see. Yeah, so the value of this is not correct, right? Yeah, value is empty and error is empty. So it seems to me that, give me a second. Get initial state. I mean, let's try one thing. So instead of doing this, let's try to say here lecture, even though that's not going to work. But yeah. No, okay. All right, let me just try another thing. So I'm gonna call this thing multiple times just to, I have a suspicion here that, so I'm gonna set the title here, the video URL in here, and then I'm gonna set the lecture content in here, right? So weird, man. Wow. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. What happened here? I clicked on shit. Come on. Wow. What? Is that why? No, but that doesn't make sense. Because this type then is wrong. Yeah, that makes no sense. Wait a minute. Lecture. So yeah, we maybe have a type mismatch here. Yeah, video URL for sure, so it's capital, right? So this thing is inaccurate in theory, right? Let's search for exactly that one. So this thing here should be named like this. Yeah. Then like this, right? And then like this. There we go. Jesus Christ, man. Okay. So weird. Well, it's not weird at all. It's just when I wrote this, when I rewrote this in TypeScript, right? It just was a miss. Okay. That's what it is. That's how it is. Let's go back over here, and now we should see a video. This is I started this new reactjs course for YouTube, so we can see it here, right? And then of course, if we go to another video, well, I've used the video, the same video in both of them, so that's okay. So that's good, right? That's great. Okay, so we have, okay, sure, fine. Thank you very much for your follows, appreciate it. And then we have somewhere some big ass padding. Yeah, so this padding is way too large, I think. Should be a little bit smaller. 8 is kind of big, I think. So we can do that. This is our this is how we render our video. And that's cool. And then here we have the tip-tap content, obviously, right? I wonder, like, so we have the aspect here. Let me just try one thing. Border 2, border text. Border. I don't know these. I don't know why my IntelliSense here is not working properly. Border. Yeah, because we are not in. Okay, never mind. So primary text color /20. That's what I really wanted as well. Okay, so that is not entirely disgusting, no. Then I can say P4 here. Nah, it's too many boxes. Box inside of a box, right? Not too great, is it? I agree with you, yeah. Tesla engineer. Dobro večer. Hi. Shadow MD. How you doing, man? Yeah, I don't know. We're not going to spend too much time on that, right? I'll just leave it as is. But yeah, so we're going to have that, have the title, and have a video. And if we get inspired by some of these platforms like Udemy and what was it? What did I say? Egghead, right? I remember this platform. This platform I always liked. It was always the coolest looking platform. I don't know if they're still active, but I remember this. Okay, so now if we click here, how do they do it? I mean, it's not the same. This is like a video platform, so of course it's very different. Yeah, so for everything, so they don't have a content without. They don't really have a content that doesn't have videos, right? So that is the difference. But what we could do basically over here, right? We could keep this title. Interesting, right? I wonder if this title should be. So maybe if there's a video, maybe the video should always be first. If there is a video, just keep it there, right? You know, like something like this, right? If there's a video, you know, it should be on the right. Do you guys agree? I think you agree. You should probably agree with me, right? Like if there's a video, just keep it there and then keep the lesson name here with the rest of the content. What do you think? I think that kind of makes sense. What do you think? I don't know, it just feels logical right now. And then there's, what is this? Where is this coming from? MT2. So we have this as well. So let's kind of nuke that. Yeah, I think it makes sense, right? So as you shuffle through, if there's a video, it's kind of on the top. You can watch it and then, you know, read the title. I don't actually know. I think it makes sense. I don't know. It just feels symmetric, right? Awesome. And hopefully maybe one day we provide our own hosting, video hosting, right? So it doesn't have to be a YouTube video, but right now that would be incredibly premature, right? So let's not even get there. So that's cool. At least that's how it is, right? So you have a video you can watch and then you can read the content, so you know, of the notes, whatever. David, my friend, good evening, and thank you for the resub, man. Good to see you. It's been a while since we saw each other. Okay, so that's cool. Let me just find another video on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be a fancy one. We can literally host videos from FTP, right? We can just load them from a slow server. It doesn't have to be some majestic streaming or anything like that, right? So there's ways to, you know, there's ways to hack through that, right, a bit. So it doesn't have to be AWS, right, instantly. So we can. There's always you know, there's clever ways that you can. I'll show you guys at one point in time. There's clever ways you can get around these things, right? It doesn't have to be fancy, right? But yes, streaming is expensive. Yes, I mean that's why Twitch is losing money since day one, right? Twitch never really made any money, right? They're just used for, so actually, I don't know if you guys know, the reason why Twitch still exists is because in marketing, I don't actually remember the term, we can Google it together. In marketing, you have a term where a company is gonna continue having a product that loses money because it generates leads and profit for another product. So for example, in my opinion, the reason why Twitch still exists is because of Amazon Prime. Because you have a bunch of these 17 years old gamers who want to have the League of Legends skin or some shit like that. And they can only have that if they have Amazon Prime. And where did they see that? Well, they saw that on Twitch, right? So you have so Twitch basically exists still because it's losing money. Like Twitch is losing money, right? Last year, so numerous technology and gaming companies facing layoff. According to Clancy, Twitch has not been profitable for some time, noting excessive growth and unnecessary expansion as reason, blah, blah, right? I didn't, Leo, give me 2 seconds. I'm about to do that. All right, so what actually I just saw a little bug. Let's just fix that very quickly. So we can see that when we update this crap, it doesn't really update in the sidebar, right? So of course we have to fix that. So let's fix that very quickly, right? So this is, I assume, what is this? Dashboard course, I guess, or something like that. I have no idea which component is this. Wait. I'll just locate it like this. Okay, I guess it's course, yeah. Cool, okay, so let's see what's happening. So somewhere we hit an update or something, right? Handle update, right? Yeah. But no, not this one. It's a different one. So anyway, so at one point we're gonna say, you know, okay, yeah, it's this one. So when we update the lecture, the menu needs to update. So let's see. So I guess if we go over here, we have form score. What is this error? Just some types we have. Okay, handle create or update. Thank you guys for your follows. Very much appreciated. So handle create or update. So we're gonna do that bad boy here, but over here we have a, what is it, sidebar? What did I call this? What is this thing section? Where do I render these things? I assume I rendered them somewhere down here, right? Yeah, is mobile. Add section, yeah, and then over here, right, we have, yeah, the sections and draggable, like, so we can reorder stuff, blah, blah, I get that. And let's see, and then, so this course base, so we basically have to call this set course again, so that kind of, yeah. I will make next, I'll probably make 2 or 3 videos on React this week. Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna cover every single thing with these video series. Actually, let me just take a look. I think people started watching the course. The thing is, it all depends, Corel, like if people are watching it or not, right? As far as I can see, there's around 200 views since yesterday. People have watched it for 12 hours, so it's looking good. If people show interest and if they watch it, then I'll for sure continue it, right? But yes, the idea is that I cover everything. It's just, yeah, it has to, you know, if people have patience, I'm sure I can teach you anything in a really good way. But as you can see, people don't have patience. I mean, people, what is the average view? Average view is like, you know, people have 3 minutes of time of patience before they, you know, start seeking for a magic wand to fix their lives, right? Engagement. Average view duration, 3 minutes, right? So this is your average Joe today. This is the average, and these guys who watched up until this point, they're like, they started sweating already. At around 3:21, many of them started sweating, right? 1.30 seconds more than usual. So this is like a record. Mostly they watch videos for 2 minutes, right? These guys, they were like sweating. They're like, I'm 3 minutes in the video, never did this, you know. Oh, I love this generation, man. How world changes very quickly. Okay. 30 years ago, 20 years ago, people would go to a public library and read a book for like 8 hours. And now you're like, focus for 3 minutes? Are you kidding me, man? It's like, I love this world, man. We as a species, we're just absolutely amazing. You want me to focus for 3 minutes, man? Like, what? And Jesus, man, there's so many. I handle update lecture. Okay, so probably the updated section lecture body. Okay, so we do that. Let me just print this stuff. $333. That's gonna be my favorite number from today. From today, guys, my favorite number is 333. Where is it? Wait. Where was that video? Which video did I check? This one. Ah, shit. Somebody ruined the stats. Wasn't it like 333? There were some assholes who probably watched the video for like 7 seconds. And now he ruined it. Ah, never mind. Okay. Anyway, going back to this. Sorry about that. Okay, fair enough. And that's probably because in the title, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's good. So it's looking good so far. Okay. So here we're good. So the body has necessary stuff, right? All right, sure. It's probably this where we are wrong, right? So this most likely fails. So we loop through the course lectures. I don't get it, Leo. I don't get it. Give me a second. The best way to understand and solve problems as a software engineer. What is the problem? Is there something wrong with the title? Best way to understand and solve problems. Yeah, so I don't get it. Is there a problem? Is there some typo? The best way to understand and solve problems. Oh, I see. Yeah, dude, like naming these videos, like if I could pay someone to name this crap, like that, if I had to pay, that would be the thing I would pay for, like instantly. So hard, man. All right, okay. So actually, wow, that's so weird, man. Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. Sorry. So we do in fact get in here, right? We do get in here. We have a lecture. We have the body. So basically, okay. So let's keep on debugging just very quickly, right? So at this point here, let's print what updated is, right? So let's get over here, and let's see what it is, right? I mean, of course that I want people to watch my videos, right? I mean, I'm not some sort of a... So of course, if I knew how to name them, and if, of course, assuming that they actually have value and that people want to watch it, of course I would play these tricks, right? Because as you just explained, I mean, it's a matter of, it's a sea of it's a wilderness, right? So for sure, man. So I think this actually does work. So what happens down here then? I don't get it. I mean, the sidebar should have been actually course, lectures, sections length. Then we go loop through the course sections. And then this is where we loop, right? This is this draggable list? Yeah, this is the draggable list, yeah. So over here we loop through stuff, right? Yeah. So this looks okay to me, right? So what is the problem? Let's take a look at that again. It seems quite reasonable, right? Thanks everybody for your follows, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Dashboard meetups. Okay, we're gonna have to do that another time. But anyway, so we go here. Lion is cool. The fuck is this thing coming from, man? Come on, dude. All right, never mind. Sorry. All right, so there we go. Okay, cool. Lion is cool. Update. So 123.8.8. The body is this, right? Yeah, the title wasn't changed, was it? Oh, actually, maybe I didn't change it. All right, try that again. Yeah, title was changed now. Okay, right? Section ID. Content. Title. Video URL. All right. And then we spread this, right? So let's print this when it's spread it like this. So try that again. So we do this. We say this. Yeah, for sure, man. In 3 seconds. ID, order, section, title. Yeah, so it's still correct. Okay. So at this point, we did construct this properly, right? So we know that, yeah. So the lecture is what it should be. Then we update it, right? And then we close the form. So that's all cool. Charlie on YouTube, good evening, buddy. So that's all great, right? And then over here, this is the draggable list, right? I would expect it to update it, right? Huh. Set course. Handle update course. We have some side effect or something that potentially could mess this up. Let's double check that. There's a lot of so we have some effect over here. We have this. So we have 2 effects. We have the one that gets the course here. Yeah, okay, so it's not, that's not a problem, right? G. 1 to 3. Update. Did I remove that log? I guess I have, yeah. Yeah. ID 8, okay. Dude, it's so confusing. So what is it? What is the problem? So that all looks great, right? So why is it not updating the sidebar? Interesting. All right, let's put a log there. So that's the only one we have, right? Yeah, okay, cool. So do this. I'm now updated. Update. And then these are the ones that we just printed, right? Yeah, exactly. So let's see what we have. I'm now updated. Okay, so we can see that something. So there is an additional re-render, right? So you can see it does print the proper stuff, and then it gets re-rendered. So it's almost like, all right. And let's see, what is that? Give me 1 sec. Okay, so let's see. So let's now go and try to eliminate this, right? So we're not really changing the slug, right? So I don't think that this is getting called, right? So it's getting called by something else, most likely. So what is that? What is that is the question, because we're not getting really any warnings or we don't have any errors, but we can see here that, so it was correct, and then it re-rendered again, and then thing with the ID, no, or maybe am I wrong? I'm now updated. No, actually, no, not really. I'm now updated. No, so it's fine. This additional re-render is basically just from the React's. It basically just from the what is it called? Come on, man. It's from the strict mode, right? So like, what the hell, dude? I mean, it all looks great. So is it the component? Do we have something we should maybe go look at here? Let's try this again. I'm a cow, man. Update. Let's see, number 8. I'm a cow, man, right? So it looks great. That's it. So why? Dude, what the hell? Where is this crap now? Let me go to Yale. Give me 1 second. Do I memorize something in a wrong way here? I mean, I'm getting a little bit. I mean, it's getting a little bit crazy here, man. Ah. Ooh, this is a bug, right? This is where the bug is. Shit. Right? Yeah, this is where the bug is. I'm saying, hey, update this list only when the length is different, right? So in simple words, I'm saying only update this list if I remove something, right? So let me show you this. Let me see if I'm correct. So if I change this to, hey Joe, where are you going with gun in your hand? Whatever, you get it. Jimi Hendrix, right? Then I go over here and I nuke this one. This one changes, right? So when I implemented this component, right, that's the issue. Okay, let's fix that in a separate library. Jesus Christ, man, I was starting to go crazy. Like, what is happening? All right, never mind. That's why we love programming, right? Because it's full of wonders. It's full of wonders. All right, let's go fix it. But yeah, you can see a classical example of a little, when you have a wrong dependency in your use effect, right? So you can see, basically this was stupid when I implemented. Like, I don't know why the hell did I do this, but I guess this is when you build things inside a stream, right? So of course this can't be a dependency, right? Because I mean, this will only ever run if you add or remove something, but if you update it, it's not gonna run, right? So right. So I mean, we can of course do this, and that's fine. It's gonna, I mean, it's relatively fine, and it's gonna fix our problem at least, right? Or all right, never mind. Let's just do it. Like, let me just run the tests of this. I don't know. I think I guess hopefully I've unit tested this guy. Let me just get some water. Yeah. Ah, these are different tests. Wow. Okay, what happened here? These are different tests failing. This is for a card. Okay, let's fix that. Which test is this? Applies custom class's name correctly. So I guess it's this one, right? Yeah, and I can only presume that this is because I've changed the structure of the card. Most likely. Let me take a look at that. Closest div. What is the test? What did I write? I said, hey, I expect the data title get a closest div, get by text closest div. Okay, so what if I say dot parent element? Yeah, exactly, right? And the reason why this works, right, is because I probably wrapped the card with an additional div, right? Or something like that. Let's take a look. Where's the title? Item title, right? Yeah. So if we take a look at the test, wait a minute, I just need to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. So have a custom class, get by text, mock data, title, test title, right? Cool. Closest div, and then parent element of that div, right? So find the closest div. So this is the title. It's gonna traverse this in a backwards, I guess, or depending how traversal algorithm is, it's gonna find the list item, UL, that kind of makes no sense, to be honest. Wait, I don't like that. Oh, never mind. It is good. It is good. Never mind. Never mind. It's all good, right? Okay. But why did I? Okay, that's so weird. What was I looking at? It's all good, right? No. That's fine, right? Okay. So we have a title, and we're saying, hey, find the closest div. Is that the title that we're talking about? So we have these two. Get text by title, right? Jesus, man, it's a little bit. I can only assume that it's finding this one, and then I'm saying go one parent up, right? Give me 1 second. I just wanna. I don't actually care. This doesn't matter that much. It's just it intrigues me a little bit. It intrigues me knowing that this test is passing. That's all. It shouldn't be. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. Shouldn't be really. Should fail now, right? Yeah, right. Should fail now. What if I say section? Yeah, now it passes. So I am correct, right? I am correct for sure. So yeah, so when we say closest, it finds this fella. And then I'm saying go one level up, find this guy. And then expect this guy to have a class name, which is this custom class that we add, right? So that's good, right? And I mean, we could have practically, if we printed this thing, wait, this should be div. So you can see basically it is this element, right? If we search for it here, we'll notice this class. Okay, anyway, that's fine. It's interesting, but we fixed it. So are all of these tests passing now? They are. Okay. So let's yeah, let's push this to production to npm. Let's publish this to npm. So yeah, that is basically the only change. Then I did some other things that I didn't, it seems. What is this? Card, right? Yeah. Ooh, shit. I'm not actually sure if I want to deploy that yet, because I kind of redesigned the card a little bit. I guess I want to do that. Yeah, it's okay. Let's just do it. And then we'll see. Card stories. Yeah, sure. I guess that's it. Improve card styling. Fix a regression with draggable list, right? Jesse Bratanas, good evening, man. How you doing on YouTube? All right, and let's push this and create a new tag then. So tag 166, and then do this. That's beautiful. And let's go here. Let's change music a little bit so my stream is boring enough without boring you with jazz and stuff. Alrighty, cool. Let's go over here. And Yale, I guess, right? Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Thank you everybody for your follows. Appreciate it very much. Let me just check one thing. Some probably writing from work on Slack. Just need to check what is going on. Slack. Nice, okay, perfect. Needed access on my work to some GCP stuff. All right, so let's wait for this bad boy here. Yeah, that kind of sucks. So let's go to Yale here and let's do this. That we're gonna install that when this is deployed. Let's wait. Let's go to npm. Which package is this? Where is it? AJV, but use AJV form Yale. It's this one, right? So this is our library that we're deploying. Did we get? We get it. Come on, you can do it. I love my work, Leo, man. Like, I love going to work. It's awesome, awesome people, awesome team, reliable people, nice people, good people. So it's kind of changes perspective, right? You know, and I'm also a shareholder in the company. I mean, many of us have not really shares, more like warrants, but yeah. So it changes the perspective a bit. You treat it as your own company because, yeah, if the company succeeds, I mean, you succeed as well. Consultancy has no soul. It's a soulless job. You build products that you can't really attach yourself to. You build it, you ship it, you never see it again. It's somebody else's problem, right? So that's why I would very rarely ever hire a consultant for a startup work, and it's a very different mentality, right? Working as a consultant and as a building a product that you have to understand and various other things, right? So you should, as soon as possible, get away from that type of job, because it's not very healthy. All right, so in theory, this should now work. This should now work, and it does work. Okay, cool. Well, that's fixed, right? Now, the only thing I'm concerned about is that I've changed these cards and how they look like. I mean, all right. It's not that terrible. Let's we'll see. I'm not gonna deploy this anyway. Cards. What is this? Meetup list. You're not ignoring the exact. I'm gonna get back to you in a second. Let me just finish this, please. Definitely not ignored. Definitely not ignored. Don't worry. I'm not going to ignore you, man. Just focusing here for a little while before. Ah, shit. What did I do? Before I get flooded by questions, right? Okay, I mean, it's not that great, but I'll leave it locally for now. Then probably in the dashboard it's even worse because I presume no, so we're actually not using that. Okay, I mean it's okay. Where else can I go? Yeah, okay, never mind. So that's great. So we fixed that. That was a little a funny bug that a snail from Twitch. Well, thank you very much for watching on YouTube, man. Actually, it benefits me more when you guys watch. Yeah, of course I remember. Yeah, of course I remember. I remember pretty much all viewers, for sure. Okay, so that's kind of fixed for now, until we find something else that's broken. And probably this little drag. Well, Crane friend, good evening. Thank you for coming, man. And absolutely, I don't by no means expect myself to stream all the time, or you guys to watch all the time. Whenever you guys have some time to kill and you have nothing better to do, please welcome. Otherwise, there's far greater things in life than watching me code. I'm sure of that. No, actually, don't incentivize people to come to Twitch. I want them to watch on YouTube, because it goes into these like. Let me show you, because I'm finally now trying to get. So if I go to YouTube, right, there's this earn thing, right? So once I get to like 4,000 watched hours, right, then I can start making some money on it, right? Probably never gonna materialize, and I don't actually care much. But why not? If me uploading these videos into YouTube can pay for this project and even more, have more, fund it more, fuck yeah, why not, right? So this is why. Right, so can you show the routing? Yeah, absolutely. Give me a second. Let me just absolutely I absolutely can do that. Yes. Let me just do one thing before I forget, because it's so easy in the stream to get distracted. You have no idea. And I guess actually over here, let me just revert one thing, because we don't want to call the set state 3 times clearly. Give me a second. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, I was worrying that. Okay, so that's good. That's great. Shit. Ooh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I forgot. Basically, what I wanted to do is with this draggable list is that I didn't want to show the drag if there's only one item, because it's kind of pointless, right? And it makes no sense that you can drag. I like it as well, man. I mean, Leo, people are watching. I mean, finally, there's some value in YouTube, as you can see here, right? it's not like millions of views, but you know, I uploaded some of these videos yesterday, and you know, people are watching them. They're, you know, I mean, they're pretty much liked almost 100%, so it's fine. Why not? It doesn't take me long, and I think if I can reach out more people and share them some tips, then that's great. Why not? Hell yeah. Let me just check one thing. I'm sorry. Yeah, I started a React course. Yeah, I definitely suggest you guys, if you want to learn React, to watch that, because course forum. Oh, definitely advise you to do that. All right, so that's a little bit weird. I see. Huh. Okay. The thing is, man, like the thing is, the thing is zeal, right? Yeah, I mean, it would be great. Why not? The reason why I basically do that, to be very frank with you, right, is really just that actually makes no sense. We cannot have the ID in the body. I'm sorry. It's more to create an archive. Like I've answered the same questions on this stream past year so many times that I just realized that, you know, it's a little bit pointless, right? Yeah, so the reason why this is complaining, right, is because the data itself is the iCore's body, but the body doesn't really have an ID. So we could basically do something like this where, you know, it does exist. Jesus Christ, man, come on. If it's an update, right? So we could solve it that way. Is that great? Who the hell knows? I guess it is. So that's cool, right? Okay, so yeah. And what I just wanted before I answer the Zeal's question and yours, Leo, there's two of these questions. I'll just do one thing very quickly, just to be pedantic here, because it takes 1 minute, literally. So I'm going to go to this draggable list. And maybe do two things, right? So one thing, so I'm going to extend. Exactly, Zeal, exactly. Zeal, I think you at least you know my gist of things by now. So, okay, so let's do something like is draggable. Is dragging enabled? Is dragging and enabled? Let me just. Yeah, so let's do it like that. That's yeah, let's do that like that, right? Sure. So we're gonna do that, right? Is draggable? Yeah, but is draggable? Yeah, but it's a list, right? So I'm not actually sure, right? Because it would indicate that the whole component is draggable, right? But it's cleaner definitely with is draggable. I agree with you. Let's go with that. Is draggable, right? Because I guess a person can understand what it means. Okay. Because I implemented this dragging myself. Where is it? Let's do this. Right? Do the same crap, pretty much, right? Now, on mouse leave. So we're just gonna disable all these. I don't actually remember how I built this, but I'll take a look at it in a second. So on click, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. Am I still running? Oh, actually, that's weird. If I refresh, yeah, exactly. Starting a preview. Come on. Cool. Yeah, for sure. No doubts about that, right? I mean, the thing is, again, I'm not a YouTuber, an influencer, right? I do these things as they come to me by feeling, right? So I think you're absolutely right. And if the video gets some views, great. If it doesn't, who cares, right? At the end of the day, right? It's it's just how it is, right? So I'm definitely with you, but what can you do? What can you do? But I agree with you for sure, for sure. I mean, the whole YouTube landscape is incredibly overly saturated anyway, right? So, so yeah, but 100%, you're 100% correct. Yes. For sure, Lacrane, and that's pretty much what in a way, I mean, it is about, right? If I can help some people, and why the hell not, right? But he is absolutely correct. That is really all that there is at the end of the day, and a lot of us, have learned from books and from things that somebody else wrote. So it's kind of giving back in a way, right? Okay, so the active state is here. How do I? Huh? Interesting. Oh, is it? No. Okay. No. That's fine. That's great. So we don't actually have an active state. Const active ID or something. Set active ID, right? Actually, yeah. I mean, honestly, Zeal, like you're right. I have a lot of these under quotes projects in plan, right? It's just like you. I think my kind of life situation by now, right? It's just I do these things very ad hoc because that's all the time that I have, right? Sometimes I'm gonna have like 2 hours like this to stream or do something, and I try to make the best out of it, right? I wish that there's more time, but then as they say, be careful what you wish for, right? So I don't wish for anything, I'm happy as is, and that's just but you get what I mean. It's just you have the time that you have, and just bear with me here for a moment. I'm just gonna say just wanna wait, are we in the right element? Yeah, we are. Okay, so we are in the right element for sure. Active ID. I mean, find a partner, find people of same interest. It's there's various things, Leo. Code, whatever, right? But as I always personally say, again, please take my advice with a grain of salt, as any other advice. But balance, right? Balance is always the key, right? That is not some bullshit, right? It's 100% correct. ChatGPT said the same shit as I did. That is reassuring. That is reassuring. Discord is the best place. Discord, I think on Discord there's this channel on Discord. Give me 2 seconds. I believe there was a bugs channel. Didn't I create like bugs? I think program. What? Yeah, here it is. Bugs and suggestions. Yeah. And then here is the bugs. Is it me, or when I get home from work and if there isn't any task which I can do from home? Thank you, man. Zeal, I mean, you know, it's very natural at certain points in your career to be excited about different ways of things, right? The thing is, like, one thing that's important to note, right, is that as your career and as your life in general changes as you get older, as your interests move towards other things, you get excited about different things. Like, I'm literally zero excited about going to work to write code. Literally zero. And I'm not exaggerating. Absolutely zero. But I'm 1,000,000% incentivized and motivated to go and figure out what to work on, help my team, of course, write some code as well, talk to customers, you know, do the complex type of work, which is, you know, also required. So, and of course, this motivation changes all the time, right? So it's also very important to acknowledge and understand that your motivation as you move throughout your career is gonna change, right? You're not gonna always be motivated about writing UI components or APIs, right? Because at one point you're gonna do that so many times, you're gonna repeat it. Yeah, but exactly. But you're always gonna be passionate about something. But I'm saying that passion is gonna change, right? You will not be, you know, there's only so many components and APIs and services you can write until you need to rediscover yourself. Right? You will not be excited about writing JavaScript your whole life, right? This is just no matter what you might think now. I remember when I was very young, I'm like, I just want to write code, man. Why do we even discuss this shit? Let me just sit on my computer and write codes, right? Because that's what I want to do. But then as you more and more you grow, more you realize that, you know, some different things. You realize different things, right? So this is basically, yeah, how I think that for many people the trajectory is. You're excited about this and that, and then yeah, whatever it is, right? Trust me when I tell you, whatever it is, your passion will change. Maybe you're gonna infinitely stay passionate about technology. I mean, if so, great. But that's why, you know, there's some progression, there's some career progression path, right? It's because, you know, there's people, you know, your interests just basically change. That's it. Oh, actually, and before I push this, give me a second. I'm sorry. So before I push this, there's one more thing. So we want to say, hey, where is this logic? Is draggable, right? Because there's no point to drag an item if there's only one, you know, drag it where. So that's what I just realized, right? All right, so let's, where is the storybook? 18 months. Oh my God, Matty. Good evening, my friend. How are you doing? That's crazy, man. It's crazy that we know each other for so long, dude. Matty was my first viewer. So basically, that's 18 months is when I streamed for the first time. Then, you know, sometimes I don't stream for 2-3 months, then I stream again. But It's amazing, man. 18 months. Who would have thought that? Crazy. All right, so we have with one item. So yeah, so you can see our logic is still wrong. This should not be doing this. So let's fix that. So this can drag. Okay. Yeah, I saw that actually. You probably didn't see my message in Discord, Maddie. I saw that later in the video, and then I responded, man. That's amazing, dude. I'm proud of you, man. That's great, dude. Genuinely, I'm proud of you, man. That's awesome. Great milestone, man. That doesn't come lightly. Doesn't come lightly. I'm sure that you've earned it, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't like this. I don't like this, right? Kind of sucks ass. I mean, it doesn't matter. Let's not get. Yeah, let's be careful here, right? It's just yeah. I'm perfectionist sometimes way too much. So let's not care about that. It's okay, right? Handle drop, handle drag, whatever, or reorder. Okay, so this looks fine. Let's run the tests again. Actually, even know if this is this. If I tested this thing, doesn't seem so, but whatever. Okay, so that's good enough. All right, all works great. Yeah. Just a long overdue, you know, tiny stuff you can say, but yeah, it's just when I stumble upon it, improve draggable, extend draggable list with is draggable and whatever. I am a single developer. I can allow myself to write shitty commit messages. Did I? Yeah, I guess I did. All right, cool. Okay, that's good. Well, let's close that. So that should be now fine. All right, so let me just answer. Maybe 2 questions, and then we continue coding because there were 2 questions that I didn't answer. So let's just get back to this screen so I can move the OBS to my screen. Okay, let's answer first Leo's because he asked first. Leo, what was your question? I forgot. Wait, let me scroll up. Oh, okay, I see the question. So this is the question, right? Let me just post it here again. This was your question. Why is it so important to interview, or is it really that important? Because I don't enjoy going to interviews if I can't even take jobs. So I'm now in a situation that it's part-time plus civil service, so can't do much, and I'm enjoying my time in my current project. I mean, nothing is absolutely all right. So I mean, it's not to say that everybody has to interview all the time. Of course not, right? It's important to interview when you're looking for a job. You're not going to interview randomly, right? Right? That's very rare that you hear somebody just going to interviews if they're not looking for something, right? So of course you're not going to go and waste your time and someone else's time if you're not looking for something better, right? Second question is fairly simple to answer. By Zeal, he's asking, I need SEO. How can I make website be first in some things? You can only do that by having content that crawlers can find, and so the only way you can push your site to the top of any list is content. If you don't have the content, then you can't do it, right? So if you don't have the necessary content for the engines to crawl and show, right, then you can't do it. It's as simple. Then it's as simple as that, pretty much. So you can't magically make things appear somewhere. The content is the king. It's not the frameworks. It's not the tools. These tools can help you, of course, and do a lot of things. But in order to be on indexed, you need content, right? That's really all that there is. You're gonna have these these fake SEO experts telling you, just pay me and I'm gonna do that for you. I can literally teach you in 10 minutes all of these so-called SEO tricks they do when you pay them, right? It's ridiculous. Or use heading ones for your titles. Make sure to use meta tags in HTML head tag. Reduce the size of your images, compress your images, right? And shit like this, right? I mean, if you're a developer, you should know these things by now. Because let me do we have a tool that's going to do backlinks for you. A lot of these things no longer work, right? So okay, so this is cool. A little bit of a waste of time in a way, but it's good. So now, hopefully that should disappear from there. And it did, right? Oh. Shit. Yeah, so okay, I'm not gonna waste any more time on that. I'll do that off stream because that needs more styling. But okay, let's see here. So that works. We fixed some of these tiny bugs we introduced. Okay, cool. Please don't take a picture. All right, so there's not another bug here. Is that so? I fixed this routing thing off stream, and you can see now that if I come directly to this lecture, the section is not opened. So that's a little bit unfortunate. I don't know what's up with that. I see what okay. So I see. Okay. Absolutely, I would like to discuss some things for sure. Definitely. Give me 1 second. I just need to, let me just finish this last thought here, and then we can discuss it. Lecture. So I need that. Have you seen a React 19? Oh yeah, I have very much seen a lot of it. Yes, for sure. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting a lot for that. Yeah. That's gonna be awesome. For sure, man. Okay, this is amazing. So this is gonna be an easy fix, and then we can discuss that. Give me 1 second. So really what we need to do is all right, so that should fix it. Yeah, so now when we refresh, which we should be, well, so there's one thing that I dislike about React's compiler, right? And that is a little bit the irony of it. The compiler's job isn't to fix your code. The compiler's job is to optimize your code, which you could to some degree say that that's what it's going to do by wrapping your stuff with by memoizing it and stuff, right? But it just feels a little bit wrong, right? It just feels, I mean, let's see how it works. They are testing it on Instagram, I believe. But I don't know, it feels a little bit wrong. That's all, right? What I saw. But I'm looking forward to it very much. But it feels a little bit wrong. Like a Friday fashion show thing, prison in the corner. Yeah, it has nothing to do with use effect. I mean, I hate these abstractions, right? I mean, the thing is, when reactjs came out, back then we were all using Angular 1. It was a nice library because it was fairly simple. I mean, it still is fairly simple. But they're moving commercially in a very different direction, which I dislike, right? They're moving into direction because of money, right? Because of interest. And I don't like that, right? I don't like that. It makes zero sense to me. I literally wish I can talk to these guys. It makes zero sense, right? Of course, from the business perspective, it makes sense for them. But they're moving in a direction where almost the trajectory of the core library is influenced heavily by third-party companies, right? Like Next.js should have nothing to do with React. React team should focus on React, and the other partners or whatever they call them, right? Should if they want, they can implement the core library however they want. But they're going way far with that, right? They're making money by selling you services like Vercel, by selling you hosting services, etc., etc. That's how. But either way, it doesn't matter. Let's forget let's forget that it doesn't matter. People should be making money. I have nothing against that. More power. I mean, all of us have to make money to live. That's normal. So I'm not some sort of a communist or something, right? That's not the point. It's just yeah, I don't know. I don't like these abstractions. I don't like these hacks. There's too many hacks, too many magical things happening, right? React should remain React. And if other people want to build on top of it, they can if they want. And that's cool. More power to that. But it's too much, I think. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. That's just how I feel, at least. I mean, yeah, but keep in mind, I mean, these discussions you see online, right? Zeal, it's one fundamental rule. All of these discussions are led by very young individuals, right? I mean, even streams and stuff, maybe my stream might be a slight exception, but all of these viewers that you see, most people are very young. I mean, even if I show you, like, let me show you. Even YouTube, right? If you take a look at demographics, let's take a look at that together. Where can I, yeah, if we go to analytics, right? And I bet that Twitch is even worse, right? So if we take a look at the audience, right? Look what it says. Let me show you one thing. So age from 18 to 24, 36%. From 25 to 34, 55%. So this is number one, the demographics of an average viewer, right? So it's fairly low. But then, as you can see, it's saying what my viewers are watching. They're watching this guy with the mustache, right? They're watching this Vim guy, right? And this guy is a troll, right? This guy is an absolute troll, right? I have zero, I mean, the guy is great, more power to him, don't take me wrong. I bet that he's also a great engineer, but this guy is selling shit to kids, right? And he's doing it amazingly well. Again, more power to him. This guy, I don't know, I saw his video once on YouTube, I don't know what he does exactly, but I know that he's also some sort of an influencer. So you can see, what can you decipher from here? Well, you can decipher that a lot of people watching YouTube and Twitch are very young, and they're watching people like this. So what do you expect, right? I mean, this guy, these guys talk 99% of the time on their streams, right? They talk crap, right? Yeah. Again, look, please don't misunderstand me. More power to everybody. Everyone to their own. People should do things the way that they think. That's not the point. This is just analyzing the market. So you can see that basically 90% of the people are between 18 and probably 25, right? So you see what I'm saying, right? So that's hence going back to the point saying, oh, some people will now say Vue.js is better. This is very childish behavior, and it's logical that it's childish because you have a lot of youngsters watching these things, right? It doesn't matter. I don't know, when people say, people have said this many times, somebody works at Netflix, or I don't know what that exactly means. Who gives a shit where he works, or anyone else? I don't actually genuinely understand the value of that, right? I mean, I don't, when people say I work at Google, so what? I mean, you understand what I mean? I never understand this like, who gives a fuck if you work at Google, man? Like, what are you saying? What, like, so what? I don't get these arguments, right? Oh, I work. Okay, so what? I met people from Facebook, I worked with them here in Denmark, from Google. Many of them sucked, man. Some of them were fine, just normal. So don't glorify these people, man. They sit 6 months, prepare for these shitty interviews, and they get a job, man. These people are not some sort of gurus, right? Yeah, but that argument has nothing to do with skills. Is it hard to prepare for these interviews? It's not hard. It just requires time, right? But either way, right? It's look. It doesn't really matter. The point is But anyway, you can see when you look at I mean, I barely upload. I mean, I started uploading YouTube stuff now a lot, but you can see the demographics and what my viewers watch, right? So that's basically it, right? You can see here. This guy I watched. This guy is like super weird, but I like this guy. But this guy is like super weird, man. He sometimes so I watched this guy once, and it was really weird. Like he's like, I think he's an awesome guy, but I think culturally, I don't know where he's from, maybe from Italy or somewhere. He's like, you know, guys, I'm coding for 25 years. I'm very good, so trust me when I say this. And he does this all the time. I mean, again, more power to him. It was just really weird. I mean, I've never heard someone talking like that. It's like, I'm coding for 20 years, and because I'm saying this, you should believe me. And it was so, it was really weird, right? Like the way that he was trying to get to the point. And then he had one video where he started the video like, unlike other courses which are not very good, my course is very good. And whenever I hear this, I always hate it, man. It's like, man, just tell us why your course is the best, not why others. It's like, American politics, American politicians, they never talk about themselves. They always talk about the other. I don't know if you ever thought about it, but when you have these presidential elections in the US, they never talk about themselves. Like, my name is X, and I will do this. They're always talking about the other person. Like, you get what I mean? Like, they're just bashing each other. It's like, dude, that's okay, but can you just tell me what are you gonna do, right? So I don't know, just a little bit weird, but yeah, for sure, man, for sure. All right, let me just smack these. Shit. Actually, I'm not so sure about that. I mean, do I like this? No, not really. I don't like this, man. No, shit. Julius, good evening, buddy. How's life? But that's what it is, man. It's just that's how it is. What can I say? Yeah, programming became, once things become mainstream, right? Things go to shit a little bit, for sure. When will you do reacting content? Over my dead body. Yeah, I don't know. It just, maybe I'm just used to seeing it before. I don't like it very much, but I'll push it. I'll give it a shot, but I don't like it. No, but it's fine. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, man, like Zeal. We are all products in a sea of saturated world of 8 billion people, right? Every single one of us is not a human being in capitalistic society. We're all products. So if a guy can use the fact that he works at place X as a selling point, he or she should definitely do that. I would probably do that as well. So don't take me wrong. I'm by no means saying that I would be hiding that. That's just how it works. But here, as we talk about programmers one to another, who gives a shit where you work? That has really very little value in general, right? Who cares where you work? We don't know what you do there. You do realize that you can get a job at Google and maintain a static website only, literally. There are jobs like this. People think that when you work at Google, you get a job and you're working like building right? It's like these companies hire hundreds of thousands of people. Google number of engineers. Google employs 130,000 people. It's unclear how many of them are engineers, right? But do you think that each one of these people is doing something amazing? They're changing the world or shit like that? Of course not, man. Like, that, it doesn't work like that, right? If you're young and if you want to learn the most, you want to go to the startup, man. That's where you learn the most, right? That's where you have autonomy. That's where your actions affect the product deeply, good and bad actions. That's where you make a change. If you want to be part of a huge cogwheel, or if you want to just be a cog in a whole system, then that's when you join these enterprises, right? But if you want to have autonomy and make huge impact, you do that basically when you join startups, right? What the fuck happened here? So retention rate at these companies is really low. It's like people who get a job there, I think they work less than a year or a year and a half. Where was the statistic? I actually don't have the time to check this now, but you can take a look at it yourself. All right, so let me just switch to the chatting window. So what was your question, Locraine? You wanted to discuss something. You wanted to discuss user experience, right? I think that's what you wanted to talk about, right? Everyday being. Good evening, buddy. So I think that user experience, and let's just talk business and enterprise, right? Not side projects, right? So again, we're in the domain of reality, just because I'm not going to discuss UX for side projects because it's meaningless, right? So what my experience so far has taught me about UX is that it has to always be a team type of game or research, right? So I think, so in order to have a good UX, you have to have people who understand the product and the problem really well. And oftentimes that's a product manager, right? Product manager's job, of course, logically is to manage the product, right? We all know that, right? But the problem is with the UX is that when the only person in the team that influences the UX is the product manager, meaning if the programmers are just coding monkeys, right? So basically you have the user experience, which often people associate with just user experience, which has nothing to do with that necessarily. Of course, that user interface influences user experience, but user experience is not user interface, right? So what I've seen in my career is that great user experiences are built when the whole team, designer, developers, and product manager, when they care, all of them. For example, I deeply care about, that's what intrigues me the most, is how do we build a product so people can understand it better? How do we, reduce churn? How do you remove friction when building these applications, right? For example, you remember Jira and Confluence and all of this. Jira and Confluence and the whole Atlassian tool was a perfect example of a tool going wrong in the user experience, because at one point it became so complicated that you needed a Scrum Master, you needed to hire a project manager, and he has to put us in his CV, I know, Atlassian and Jira and stuff like that, right? So when it comes to user experience is a thing that oftentimes is associated to a technical skill, but it's not. User experience it cannot be detached from knowing the product. You have to know, in order to do great user experience, you need to talk to your users or to your CS, customer support, ask them so you need to be involved. It's impossible to build a product with a good user experience just by having, let's say, a designer. Designer has nothing to do almost with user experience, and if it does, that designer has spent a lot of time talking to customers, doing testing with a smaller group of them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's really all that there is to it, right? If you're a product manager or whatever, I mean, what do? Well, you go and get inspired by your competitors. So, for example, if you're building a product like Segment or Zapier or I don't know, if you're building another CRM like HubSpot or Salesforce or whatever, what are you gonna do? Well, you're gonna do what do you think? You're gonna go and see how these guys did these things. Why are you gonna do that? Well, you're gonna do that because you know that there's millions of marketers and salespeople using these tools, and they're used to this user experience, right? So you cannot build something entirely different. You have to now say, okay, what are the leaders in these types of products? So, for example, if you were building another Slack type of clone, what would you do? Well, your UI would probably, and UX would probably be almost similar to Slack. Why? Well, because you know that there's a bunch of millions of people, right, who are using this tool and they're used to that. But overall, when it comes to UX, it's a hard thing, man. It's the hardest thing is to make products which are inherently complex simple, right? And this applies to products that I mentioned, like Dream Data, that where I work. We are analytics platform and revenue attribution platform. Then you have CRMs like HubSpot and Salesforce and a bunch of these enterprise products. They're just very complex. They have different user groups using them, and they're solving different problems. And you can really, it's very hard to fully solve it for everybody. But you just have to spend a lot of time thinking about these things, right? So, and this is where the system like objectives and key results, OKRs that I often mention, really comes in, because you have to build expert teams in your company. This is what you have to do. You have to build these expert teams in your company. So if you have a front-end team or application team, you should have few developers, a product manager and designer, and then you guys should spend time in the meetings, right? Figuring out what is UX. Oh, hey, we have this task, we have to improve this number. Because like if I switch just very quickly to my screen over here, right? So if we take a look at OKRs, right, as a concept. So if we find some screenshots, right? So for example, let's take a look at the screenshot, right? And why is this kind of important to this question even? What is an OKR? You define an objective. A qualitative statement tells what you want to improve. So when it comes to a system like OKR, it's very important that the product that you have right now is built in a way that you can measure it, right? So for example, you can see here that tells us what do we want to improve. So let's imagine this. Let's imagine that you have a product like this. Let's imagine we have a product together. Okay, let's actually do a real example, right? This would be an OKR. We want to increase the number of, imagine this is our objective. Increase the percentage of users who sign up at Programmer Network and write their first article within a week, right? So this would be an objective, right? So this is how this system is amazing, and I think, look, so this would be my objective, increase the percentage of users. And you have to know what is the current percentage, because if you don't know what is the current percentage, then you can't measure. How do you measure something? So you say current percentage is 3%. And you generally with OKRs, you want to set unrealistic expectations almost. You don't want to say, let's move it to 5% because it's too low. So you say, let's move it to 20%. And then if you get to 10, 15%, you achieved something. So let's imagine we want to get to 20. So this is the objective is to increase the number from 3 to 20. So this is kind of the task, right? Now the difference between standard code monkeys, where you come to work and some guy writes tasks on your board and you do them like a code monkey, you now sit with your team, with your developers, product manager, your designer, and whoever else you have in your team. And then you discuss, okay, well, how do we get 3% to 20%. What do we have to do? And this is what excites me going to work, because literally I make these decisions with my team every quarter. There's no CTO or someone coming to you and saying, if you go to your linear board, if you go to your linear Trello, Favro, Jira board, there's tasks for you there, monkey. Just take them and do them, right? This is the most boring shit that an engineer can do. You're not an engineer, you're literally a tool, and engineers like this are going to replace with AI. Why? Because they are literally tools. Their only job is to come to work, take some tasks, write code, and go home, right? Anyway, you sit with your team, and then you figure out, well, hey guys, we have to move this number in this quarter. One of our 3 OKRs, let's say this quarter is this. How do we do that? And then with your team, you start researching. What can we do to make users? So you are thinking, researching, and then eventually getting to the point of writing tasks, right? So what can we do in the programmer networks UI so people can be incentivized to write articles? For example, I mean, you could say, well, let's pay them. Of course, this is ridiculous in a way, put a button in there, call to action button that says, write an article of X words and earn $3. Okay, I mean, why not, right? I mean, $3, we get $300, let's say we have a budget, $300 a month, 100 articles, but you get the point. Now, of course, I cannot go and, so this is, and then this is how you get to the UX, this is how you get to these points of like, how do you do UX? Well, you do it by doing process like this, right? By figuring out what it is that you have to improve, what is the friction that you want to reduce, and then you derive the UX, the UI, the tasks, right? But tasks, as you can see, always come last. As I said, what Einstein said, right? What Einstein said, if I had an hour to solve a problem, I would spend 55 minutes looking for the right questions to ask. If you're ever in doubt, print this statement, put it on your wall, and this statement describes how every engineer should really think about. Of course, you shouldn't procrastinate and just think. Sometimes you have to do, but this really fundamentally explains how products are built, right? You do these, you write these tasks, etc., etc. So OKRs, we do them at least, and I love it. I love the autonomy, right? Whatever we do, whatever I do has an impact. It makes a change, because next quarter or in the current quarter when we release these features, I can see that that feature is something that is heavily influenced by me. So when I open the product which I'm building, I wasn't just a tool. I wasn't just a coding monkey. I was somebody who was a big part of the outcome of that project, right? So when I go to LinkedIn and I see my company sharing these screenshots, sharing the product, sharing the videos, I see my direct impact on that. And this is what motivates you, right? If you're just going to work and like, all right, task 1, task 2, task n, go home, task 1, task 2, task 3, go home, right? How can you be like long-term incentivized, right? You can't. Your every day is the same. You come, you pick some shitty tasks, and you go home, right? So, I mean, you're like in a cogwheel, right? In a machine. You're just like, you're literally a tool. So if you're wondering, am I going to get replaced by AI? 100% you will. 100%. And it's not even bad for you, because you are literally a tool. You contribute to nothing other than writing some gibberish that somebody is going to rewrite in a couple of years, right? So AI is way better for this stuff than us, human beings. But it's still way worse for these types of things, right? AI cannot do this stuff. It can copy-paste some ideas that somebody wrote sometimes, but this stuff we need humans for. We need humans to solve problems for humans. This thing, write a component that when I click on a button does this, or write an API, anyone can do that. AI can do that, right? That's not rocket science. So if you don't want to be automated and removed from this equation, try to be this person, right? Not this person. Because, I mean, think about this. It's completely logical, right? I mean, this is completely good. I mean, it's already heavily automated. It's just a matter of time where, I mean, look, you have LangChain, right? You have things like LangChain, right? Where you can already create agents that learn, right? So I don't know how much you know about large language models, generative AI, but for example, I can now sit with you for 3 streams, build a LangChain, build 2 or 3 agents that when they make a mistake, they correct themselves. So literally, I mean, these things exist already. I mean, you have these agents building products already, right? But they need a human to tell them to solve this problem in a meta way, and then, right? So you can choose to be this guy or the other guy, the guy that uses his brain as well, not just his physical skills, fingers and stuff. So you can be this guy or this guy, right? And you want to find a place where that place is going to allow you to be this guy. Don't take me wrong, I'm not trying to be a smartass, right? Of course, that it's not that any of you are doing what you're doing because you're just monkeys. Of course not. You need to have a company that's going to give you this freedom, this autonomy, this trust. Because in order to implement OKRs, you need the trust. You need to have managers who will delegate these numbers. They will come to you and say, reduce churn. I probably misspelled that, from 50% to 30% this quarter. And that's it. That's what your CTO tells you. That's all of it. That's how we work. And then he doesn't give a shit what we do next 3 months. Of course he cares, don't take me wrong. Clearly cares, deeply cares. But he doesn't influence us because, we have these experts. They know what they're doing, and I'm sure that 5 of them are going to find a way, right? He's, of course, many people are involved. They can bring in some experience, whatever. But nobody's coming to you with do this. It's not scalable. This system is not scalable for a large company. You cannot expect somebody to just keep making these tasks and not make terrible mistakes, right? I mean, it just doesn't work like that, right? So that's how, in my opinion, UX is done. UX is hard, right? Because it requires all of this. So it's not something you sit down and design on a piece of paper and it's like, oh, UX is done. No, it's not. And people are often scared with OKRs because, of course, OKRs carry responsibility, right? You're responsible for these results, right? But it doesn't work like that. You generally do hit your OKRs. Why do you hit OKRs? Because this gives you a sense of beautiful, how would I say it? It's a beautiful, like, you get this pride type of thing, right? You're basically like grateful that people have put trust in you, right? So you are genuinely interested into reaching these numbers, right? Because you're treated as somebody who's given, and when you give people trust, most normal people will give that back. They will do their best, right? Only lunatics and psychopaths and serial killers are exception, right? But if you give an average person trust and you treat them like equal and like, hey, I trust that you're going to do the best. This is what we need. So that's why it's really funny how this can look scary because, yes, of course, this carries a sense of responsibility because it's not like you actually want to strive to hit these numbers. And people get a little bit carried away, scared by this, but you shouldn't, because people can do wonderful things if you treat them, if you give them the freedom, right? So this is basically my experience, right? Sam, my pleasure, man. My pleasure. Let me see. In the Netherlands, most enterprise jobs are Java as well as C#. And also, how do you learn and get better at this? C# is a beautiful language. Java is not a bad language either. So that's great. I mean, C# is an amazing language. I could easily write that any day and enjoy it, right? Yeah, this looks like shit, so I'll need to change that tomorrow. I don't like that at all, but anyway. I started this Kubernetes course. Did I actually do anything here? Yeah, I started this Kubernetes course, web developer bootcamp, build beautiful APIs using Fastify. What? When did I? Yeah, so you can see I had some ideas. I mean, a system like objectives and key results requires your business to run in a specific way. So you can't really employ that pattern of work to every business. It's not possible, right? You need, in order to be able to do OKRs, you need to have measurable things. And in order to be able to go to your team and say, hey, we need to increase this number from this number, you need previous data. So your business needs to operate in such a way where you have historic data of things. So for example, if you come to my team and say, hey, Alex, we want to increase number of users who, again, as I said, who sign up and do X in the first day, you need to have previous data of what they did in the first day and the second day and the third day. If you don't, then so it has to be measurable. So in order to have these objectives, you need to define them relative to something, relative to some number, right? So some sort of tracking, or I mean, yeah, you need to have some sort of a tracking, yeah. If you don't, then you can't employ such pattern, because improve what? This is the worst thing in digital world, right? Sometimes developers are going to say, let's rewrite this in X, right? And then any reasonable person is gonna say, why? It's faster. I mean, relative to what? It's more scalable. Relative to what, right? It's newest. What does that mean, right? What do you mean it's new? What is the value of that explanation? I mean, that's not tangible, right? So you need to tangibly be able to support your claims and facts. Otherwise, you're just saying useless shit. It's faster. Faster relative to what, man? It's more scalable. Well, do you have scaling issues, right? I mean, not to repeat myself a million times. So this is the problem. Any reasonable business, when possible, makes these decisions based on something. Not like, oh, this came yesterday, should we use it? Come on, man. Like, that's very childish. It's irresponsible. It's so irresponsible that it's unimaginable that people can say stupid shit like that, right? It's like, imagine you go to a company that have 5 people paying salaries, spending their earnings, whatever, and you tell them, hey, let's just rewrite everything. I mean, that is like, are you 6 years old? What is this, right? What are we talking about? It's just ridiculous, right? So it's exactly, Locrian, exactly. Relative to what, right? Let's rewrite our infrastructure. Why? I mean, very childish, right? I mean, Bun.js, you know what was the, Bun.js came out. Some influencers made some money on YouTube by writing some shitty videos about it, and that's when it stopped. Now there's new content. Nobody speaks about Bun anymore. Go to YouTube now and see some Bun video. Who cares, man? That happened a month ago, right? Not gonna be talking about things that happened a month ago. What are you, like? What are you? Are you a boomer? Like. So where is Bun now, right? It's just content creation, man. It's literally business. There's a bunch of people who want to consume that. And there's a bunch of people who want to make money off of these people. It works. It cannot be more easy to comprehend, right? So that's literally how it works, right? No. I mean, if I would start a new project, I would definitely use Bun and not Node.js. Why would I use Node.js if I can use a runtime that's definitely faster, right? But so that's beside the point. It's more about the content, right? If I wanted to use Node.js again, and I wanted to build an API, I would sure use Bun. Why not, right? I can still use JavaScript libraries. I can still do a lot of stuff. So it makes very little difference, right? Yeah. Is music? Yeah, give me a second. All right, I see. Okay. Give me a moment. So, but I think I'll probably do more of that. Yeah, okay. The problem is Lacrane. The reason why I haven't really used Bun yet is because it's missing some API still, right? Last time when I tried it, when Bun.js 1.0 came out, I tried to use it, but it lacked Performance Observer API, so I couldn't use it because I couldn't run. I'm using Grafana and Prometheus and some of this, and they're using Performance Observer API for measuring performance, right? So that was missing. I don't know if it's still missing. It could be. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's still not implementing some of the things, right? So I'm definitely with you. There was few APIs that I couldn't even run my code, right? Because the libraries that I used just dependent on this thing, right? Still is missing. There you go. I know that they wrote it in. Yeah, I even wrote a post there. It's like, can I try to implement it? Whatever. They never responded. So I don't know. I don't know what is the status of that project still, but yeah. All right. You know what, guys? I think I'm gonna head off as well. How long have I been streaming? 2 hours. It's perfect. It's Monday. We're gonna be hanging out a lot this week if of course you guys are around. I'm actually a little bit hungry and I want to lay down a bit. It's been a long day. I have meetings. Mondays are my meeting days, so it's planning and stuff. So I'm a little bit tired. But yeah, absolutely. Lenzo, my pleasure as well, man. Everybody, Sam, Lacrane, Maddie, Leo. Thank you very much, everybody, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making it fun for me as well. And I wish you guys best. And Lacrane, I'm gonna click on that right now. Give me a second. Yeah, I know this guy. I know. I watch this guy whenever he releases a new video. It's amazing. Yeah. No. I watched this video and I watched the other ones as well. I know this guy. You too, fellas. I wish you well. I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Peace out, everybody. Cheers. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.